As I reflect back on this course, Technology 630, I've learned a lot. I started this very intimidated by this course because even though I use a lot of technology, some of the things that we were going to talk about in this course and things that we were going to do, I was very unfamiliar with and very intimidated by. But I have to say that I have learned a lot. And I have grown a lot in technology and its use, and learning not to be afraid of it in the classroom, but to embrace it, and to allow my students to help me to understand and to learn some of the technology and to troubleshoot when things don't go like I think that they should, or the way that I had planned them. As I look back over some of my assignments, I look back to my very first evaluation of myself, where I really learned that I was not getting the engagement of my students as I should with technology. I wanted to create a Bitmoji page because they seemed to be cool and the most going thing and the hottest thing in education, but I found that it took a lot of time. But I was very proud of myself that I was able to create a couple of avatars to use in the classroom and in some of my presentations, and I was very delighted that my students loved them and thought they were really cute, really cool. When I looked at some of the Google adaptations that I could use, I learned how to be better at using discussion boards in Google Classroom and to use the breakout groups in Google Classroom to enhance the ability of my students to collaborate with each other on a digital basis as we are moving to virtual learning. In learning to use the videos for instruction, for demonstration, and learning to do some lessons on videos so that virtual students could participate and feel that they really were a part of the class. And the technologies that I learned and the things that I used in this class helped me to be able to do that better and to get them more engaged than they had been in the past. The interview that we did with other teachers really was an eye-opener, and I learned that there's a lot of things out there that are not that difficult to use that can make a really big difference in my classroom and some of the things that I do with my students. One of the things that I have started using is a rubric app that helps you just to build your rubric, and it's very simple, and it helps you to give the students an idea of what you're looking for more than just telling them, here this is, you do it or you don't. And it has been very effective with my students, and I can refer them to the rubric so that they know exactly what I'm looking for. The technology demonstration lesson was one I had the most fun with. It asked us to show and demonstrate something. Well, I had the students create a comic strip on photosynthesis, and I had always just done that on construction paper or some kind of art paper. But I found a website, storyboard that, and I fell in love with it. And my students really enjoy it because it allows them to do click and drag, and then they can add the conversation boxes, and then I could tell them what aspects I'm looking for, characteristics I'm looking for, what I'm going to grade on, and then they have created some really neat projects using this, and were much more involved and engaged in this activity than they were just pencil and paper. Also, I have used Canva and created some infographics, and I have used a couple of other infographic websites that were not very user-friendly. But I found that Canva has been updated, and I really enjoyed creating the infographic where you concisely present a lot of information in a small space. And I have some ideas of using that in my classrooms, especially trying to do cooking labs in a foods classroom during a COVID pandemic. There are a lot of things that we have had to change, and students are visual learners, and I look forward to creating some more of those types of infographics for my students to help them as we follow instructions and follow more safety protocols. So I have very much enjoyed this course. It has really challenged me. I feel like I have really grown, and I look forward to using technology in my classroom now, not shy away from it.